Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a game with over 100 cards, and 99% of those cards are bad. However, these bad cards still make it into players' Edison format decks every single day. Join me as I dive deep into the abyss of bad card design and put these unloved pieces of cardboard to the ultimate test. 3 duels against random strangers on the internet. At the end of each episode, we'll reveal each card's place on the cursed tech tier list, ranking them from almost competitive to downright unplayable trash. Will we stumble upon a broken combo, invent a new deck, or will we just go insane trying to win a duel using Frog the Jam? You will just have to wait and find out. This is Cursed Tech. Welcome to the season finale of Cursed Tech. A lot has changed, as in my location has changed. I am now in the United Kingdom. I'm in London, which is very crazy to say, and it just so happens to correlate with the season finale of Cursed Tech. So welcome to the season finale. 10 more incredible episodes. I mean, the OTKs, the infinite loops, just all around so much fun. And we'll talk about all of that at the end of this episode. And yeah, let's get into the season finale. And for the season finale, I want to talk about Miracle Fusion. It's such a broken card. I mean, fusing from the graveyard. I want to fuse from the graveyard, but here's the catch. In a much worse deck. And today we are going to do just that. And I know you're probably thinking, Dark Calling. And although Dark Calling is a step below Miracle Fusion, the card we are looking at today is all the way down the steps on the floor. Actually, it's even lower. The card we are looking at today is in the cave underneath the staircase. And do you know what else is dwelling in that cave? A dragon. Because today in Cursed Tech, we are looking at Dragon's Mirror. Dragon's Mirror is just a Miracle Fusion, but only for Dragon Fusion monsters. And the big difference is Absolute Zero is a very good Yu-Gi-Oh card. And the Dragon Fusions that we're going to be looking at are only really good at one thing. And that one thing is having 5,000 attack. We are not just looking at 5-headed dragon today, because in today's episode of Cursed Tech, we are looking at Dragon Master Knight. Yes, that Dragon Master Knight from the anime. We are fusing Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon with normal ritual BLS to make a 5,000 attack monster. Well, we're skipping some steps, but we are trying to win the game by fusing King of the Swamp with ritual BLS to make a Dragon Master Knight either through polymerization or from the graveyard using Dragon's Mirror, and then we are trying to kill our opponent with said monster. But there happens to be one major problem with that plan. Dragon Master Knight only has 5,000 attack. And I know that's probably a crazy statement to say, but what are you going to do? Just attack twice with this card? I mean, it can't kill them in one turn, so you're going to attack. They don't have any monster to set or block you, and you're just... That's the game. No, we can't do that. On this channel, we can't have a 5,000 attack monster. In this channel, we only know how to make 10,000 attack monsters, which is why we are playing a card called the Great Maju Garzette. This card, when it is tribute summoned, its attack becomes double the original attack of the monster that you tributed. And it just so happens, we are going to be tributing a 5,000 attack Dragon Master Knight, so Great Maju Garzette will get up to 10,000 attack. It turns a 2-turn clock into a game-winning OTK over almost any attack position monster. And let me show you the deck list, but here's the catch. For this episode, there are 2 deck lists. I could not narrow this down because both versions of this deck do different things and are very interesting, so let me show you both of them. Let's start out with the Dragon version. The Dragon version uses a typical Dragon Turbo style of engine, cards of consonants, Blue Eyes, 5-headed dragon. It's trying to do the typical draw Future Fusion and win the game shenanigans, but also we are running the Dragon Master Knight OTK alongside of that. You can also hard fuse the Dragon Master Knight from the hand. King of the Swamps is an incredible card, and Debris Dragon is especially good because King of the Swamps is a Debris Dragon target. This means you can Black Rose bomb the field and then use Dragon's Mirror after that in order to get in a clean 5,000 attack. The second version of the deck is more of a hero deck. It uses Miracle Fusion and tries to summon Absolute Zero, oftentimes from the hand, which is very funny. One of my favorite plays that this version of the deck can do is you can make an Absolute Zero and then tribute summon Great Maju Garzette over the Absolute Zero. The Absolute Zero will trigger to blow up all monsters your opponent controls, and your Great Maju Garzette will be at 5,000 attack, which you can attack your opponent, hopefully for game. I'm going to show you some games from both versions of the deck, and maybe you guys can comment below and let me know what version you think is better. I just felt like both versions play in a very similar way, but also are trying to do very different, interesting, fun things, so why not show off both? And before we get into the duels, I want to briefly shout out YGO Pro OTK. This YouTube channel has been inspiring me a ton, and it just made me realize that he was doing the exact same thing my channel is doing now, but for the past 10 years, so mad respect to his channel, and I got this idea from one of his videos, and I made it my own, but let's get into the games. This first game, we are up against Synchro Cat, and we are going first. Our opening hand looks okay. I mean, we did draw a double Reckless Greed, so that is always a very good feeling. We're going to just set 2 of those and pass our turn. My opponent's going to normal summon an Air Bellum, which is not too good for us. They hit us for 16 and roll a 1, discarding our Great Maju Garzette out of our hand. They set a back row and pass the turn, but we just draw a second Great Maju Garzette. Not too bad. We're going to activate both of those Reckless Greeds, drawing 4 fresh new cards. We're then going to activate Card Destruction. We try again, and this is looking much better. We're going to activate Trade-In, discarding this Blackluster Soldier, and we draw into just the card we need, the Giant Trunade. They had a Dimensional Prison, which would have stopped our OTK. We're going to use that Giant Trunade to return their back row, and then we are going to activate Dragon's Mirror, banishing a Blackluster Soldier and a King of the Swamp from the graveyard. This will summon out a 5,000 attack Dragon Master Knight, and when I tribute summon the Great Maju Garzette, it will go up to 10,000. Attacking over this Air Bellum will be 8,400 damage for game. This next game, we are up against Lightsworn Blackwings, and we are going first. We're just going to normal summon a Manju, add a Blackluster Soldier from our deck to our hand, and then we pass our turn. My opponent's going to normal summon a Sirocco, go into the battle phase, attack us for 600 damage, and pass their turn. And we draw a Polymerization. And let me show you how powerful fusing from the hand can be in this deck. We're going to use Polymerization to make a Dragon Master Knight from the hand 5,000 attack. And then we can tribute that Dragon Master Knight to summon the Great Maju Garzette for 10,000 attack. And we don't know if this is game because they might have Kalut, so we can then activate Dragon's Mirror to banish the 2 materials that we just used from the hand in order to make another Dragon Master Knight. We go into the battle phase and attack for game. This next game, we are up against a very cool deck, and our opponent was a very nice person. They recognized us from the channel, and they had a janky, powerful brew of their own that may or may not feature Grinder Golem. They're going to normal summon Stratos, add a Elemental Hero Plasma, Destiny Hero Plasma from their deck to their hand, and we draw a Great Maju Garzette. If we were playing enough dragons in this deck, we could have extremely close to game. Let me explain. We can use Future Fusion, and we can show 5-headed dragon, and we can send all those dragons from our deck to the graveyard. But unfortunately, we're not playing enough dragons in order to use
2 of the white stones to add 2 more blue eyes to our hand. If that was possible, we could activate polymerization in order to make a Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon from the hand. Just hard fusion summon it, sending 4 cards, and then tribute that Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon in order to summon the Great Maju Garzette, which would have 9,000 attack. That being said, it wouldn't be game, so we're just going to set this White Stone of Legend and then pass our turn. We're going to normal summon a Lone Fire Blossom, use its effect in order to get out a Titanial from the deck, go into the battle phase, clear our face down, and then attack us directly for 1,800. They're then going to set 1 back row and pass the turn. And here I draw a Dragon's Mirror, which is incredibly good. This is the perfect draw. And we're going to activate that Dragon's Mirror, banishing 5 dragon monsters from our graveyard in order to summon out a 5-headed dragon. And I am terrified of this back row. I am not expecting this to go through, but it was literally just an MST. If I had just tribute summoned this Great Maju Garzette using the 5-headed dragon, we could have won the game this turn, but instead I just go into the battle phase, and the attack goes through. That's the thing. When you're playing an all-in OTK deck, you just have to just blindly just walk confidently into any situation, and if it doesn't work out, I mean, it's better than this happening, where you could have won, and you didn't do it, and now you're just like, you just have egg on your face. And just to rub it in our face, my opponent's going to show us the brain control, and use our 5-headed dragon that we summoned from the graveyard against us. Alright, let's show off the hero version of the deck. And as you can tell immediately, this version is very different. I mean, look at these cards. Beast King of the Swamps. Look at his eye. It's like an alligator sort of thing. I love both of these cards. And the whole idea is that they are waters, which is great for Absolute Zero, and they also fulfill the polymerization requirements of Dragon Master Knight. My opponent is going to set some cards and then pass their turn. We're going to normal summon that Manju. This will add a Blackluster Soldier from our deck to our hand. We're going to go into the battle phase, and my opponent decides to Book of Moon. That is fine with us. We're just going to pass our turn. My opponent's going to tribute summon a Caius and banish our Manju. They're then going to add a Volcanic Shell from their deck to their hand, and then they double normal summon, but that's fine with me. I'm playing Beast King of the Swamps. This is a casual match. We're going to activate Polymerization in order to hard fusion summon an Absolute Zero from the hand. This gets bottomless, but that will also clear their field of monsters, which gives us an opportunity to discard this King of the Swamp to add a Polymerization, use that Polymerization in order to fusion summon a Dragon Master Knight from the hand. We can go into the battle phase and attack our opponent for 5,000 damage, and thankfully they don't have Gores, so I don't know how I would deal with that 5,000 attack token. My opponent's going to set a monster and pass their turn, and we draw a Megamorph, which is not very good. We're just going to attack that monster and then pass the turn right back. We're going to set a monster and pass the turn. We draw the best card in our deck, the Dragon's Mirror. It's the same feeling of top decking the Miracle Fusion, but just much, much worse. We're going to special summon yet another Dragon Master Knight, go into the battle phase, attack over the shell, and then attack for game.
Why does this keep happening to me? It's like every single week I've just got to make a different 10,000 attack monster. It's like I'm Sisyphus rolling the boulder up the hill, but my boulder is just a distorted mass of bad Yu-Gi-Oh! Boss monsters. But in terms of this 10,000 attack boss monster, it's definitely worse than the ones I've looked at in the past. The problems are, it doesn't have a real game plan besides gaining the attack. It's not like you can use Cold Wave or Demise clear the field first. It's very much a, let's hope this 10,000 attack monster wins the game, and if it doesn't, we're dead, and it gets stopped by your opponent setting one monster. And yeah, it definitely has some problems, but it definitely also has some power. I mean, Miracle Fusion is good for a reason. Fusion summoning a 5,000 to 10,000 attack monster from the graveyard is going to be very good. It's nice that there is a sort of resource that you can rely on in the graveyard. A lot of OTK decks just rely on the hand to sort of facilitate the OTK. In terms of the two separate versions of the deck, the dragon version, unfortunately, bricks a lot more. It just sucks to see a handful of blue eyes and a normal ritual BLS and just keep passing and hoping you're one card away from doing your combo. And a lot of the time you draw the next card and it was just another brick, and you realize that you were actually a lot further away from the combo than you could have ever imagined. In terms of the hero version, it also is bricky. It's definitely less bricky, but I think when you're playing Miracle Fusions and the hero engine, you just kind of get faced with the question, why are you not just playing Diva Hero or a different hero deck? So I'm going to put them in fun and cheesy. They are definitely fun and cheesy decks, but honestly, less good than Montage, and I believe less good than the Ritual OTK that I made 2 weeks ago, because that deck, I really think that deck is very good. And that concludes the season finale of Cursed Tech. Season 2 done. Season 3 is going to be coming up soon. It might be next week, but it may be 2 weeks from now. I am starting up school again, so I'm going to be a bit busier. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do weekly episodes, but I definitely am not stopping the series in any sense. I might do bi-weekly or hopefully 3 times a month, or weekly if I'm really just on top of it, but we will see. Cursed Tech Season 3 is going to be coming up soon. I am so excited, and I'm going to be trying some new stuff in the future. I'm definitely going to be sticking to the Cursed Tech formula, as one might say, but I think with the limited card pool, I'm going to start running out of good ideas. In that case, I might branch out into Tengu Plant format or Master Duel. If you have any suggestions, please comment below what you liked in this season, what you didn't, and what you want for next season. I would love to hear it. And I should mention again, the whole last season I've done members videos, and they've been so much fun. Normally after I do an episode, I'll either change the deck slightly or try to make it more competitive. If you want to see those, there's like 10 or 11 episodes out from the previous season, and for every episode going forward there'll be another one, so think about becoming a member. It definitely helps me out, especially now that I'm living in London. Yeah, that is the end. Thank you guys for watching. I have had so much fun this season, and I'm excited to have some more fun. It's such a good outlet because Yu-Gi-Oh! Is just the best game to just pour your creativity into. And I think that's, especially on YouTube, that's just all my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! YouTubers. They get creative with the game, they just make it their own, and they just try to have fun. And that is exactly what I'm doing. And yeah, more Cursed Tech Season 3 coming soon.